brought his bag, you see, together with the coat. And there was a coat that was related to Major Petkoff. And the coat, in fact, has got a story. And the story, in fact, goes back to Act 1, when the strange soldier found his way to Raina's balcony, then bedroom. He fled the war, he fled the borders, the battlefield, and he hid himself in Raina's bedroom. Okay, this is in Act 1 and Act 2. In Act 3, we see the action, in fact, starts immediately after the end of Act 2. There is no much time, in fact, left or spent between the two. There is no separation of time, there is no separation of events, but the events continue. The action continues, and we will see that the whole family, Captain Bluntcheli, Major Petkoff, Sergius, Raina, Lady Catherine, you see, even the servants, the maids, Luca and Nicola, you see, will be asked, will come, in fact. I mean, we will see ourselves in the bedroom, in the library room, you see. And the dialogue, in fact, is about the coat. So the coat here is considered as a character, as another character. See? Let us start. And I'll comment. You see, it is set, then the Act 3 is set inside the library room while the time is after lunch. Then the dramatist offers details of the decor, the scenery, inside and outside. The decor and nature, all the furniture and the hangings and the trophies and the cupboards and tables and the library itself give the impression that the family is not so rich as it claims to be. See? And there are a lot of old furniture. We are seeing, in fact, the old furniture, you see, just in one shot. While in the text, you see, it takes much space for the dramatist to write about all these details. But in the video, we see, in fact, everything just in 1 minute. As a background, you see, and there is no need for the director or for whatsoever the writer to tell us about these details. Why? Because the details are video, because the details are shown. And this is the difference between the video and the text. You see, so now we are in the middle of the action. We are in the library room, and there are, as I say, old furniture, spotted pieces of old worn out clothes, and a small kitchen table that was fitted, you see, as a writing table, and we see two characters. We see two characters sitting at the table writing or signing or whatsoever. You see, we will see here Major Petkoff, this is Major Petkoff, and then we see Captain Bluntcheli together with Sergius. You see, these two are signing documents, papers related to the war, and the idea or the topic, you see, that is there is the exchange of POWs, that is prisoners of wars, and things related between the two belligerent countries, Bulgaria on the one side and Serbia, you see, on the other. So while Petkoff, you see here, Major Petkoff is sitting reading a newspaper, and he is still in his uniform. He's still in his military uniform, and in his hand there is a hookah, or what is a pipe. You see, a pipe is smoking. You see, also there are pens. You see, there are pens. There are pens. You see, and scrap of severely used pink to blotting paper, etc. Bluntscheli is seen, as I said, at the table writing. Sergius envious incapable, you see, of what he does. Major sits on the ottoman and reading a newspaper with a hookah. Catherine sits at the stove giving her back to them. Raina reclines on the divan under the left-hand window, and she is gazing and dreaming while looking at the balcony landscape with a neglected novel in her lap. Even the button, even the electric bell is seen. You see, here let us listen.
Well, quite right, my lord. Quite right. You haven't been campaigning, are you? You don't know how pleasant it is for us. You see, good lunch. Nothing to do.
He has nothing to do. He's nothing to do. He says that he's nothing to do, and he wants to please himself, to feel comfortable. He wants comfortable. You see, this is why, pay attention to this. This is why he now wants to change his uniform, and he is asking about his old coat. Where is the old coat? You see? Now he is asking about, we remember that in Act 2, Captain Bluntcheli has brought the coat he uses, he wore, you see, that winter night when he fled away from the battlefield, and he came to Raina's bedroom, and Raina hit him, you see, and saved his life, and she gave him her father's coat, and that he used, you see, in disguise, and they fled away. So now in Act 3, it is time for us to remember, you see, that past event. In fact, the dramatist himself, George Bernaccio, now wants us as readers, as audiences, to remember, you see, the past events. Why I say last time? Because the code here is used as a form to unify the events. So this is why the code is mentioned and seen in Act 1 and is mentioned in Act 2 in the bag, and now in Act 3 we see, you see, the talk that is Major Petkoff is asking his wife about the coat. You see, earlier he went to the cupboard, you see, searching for the coat, and he didn't find the coat. This is done off stage, I say. Now he is asking, and he is sure that nobody can find the coat. This is why he bet. He put a bet, B-E-T. You see, if Nicola finds the coat, he will give his lady Petkoff a piece of jewel and a complete, you see, housekeeping money, you see, for a week, if she finds the coat. You see, this is the bet, and he tries, in fact, to he wants Captain Bluntcheli to participate in this bet, but Captain Bluntcheli tells him that you will lose your money, while Sergius, you see, promised Raina, you see, of an Arab mirror, an Arab horse. This is why the two, I mean, Major Petkoff and Sergius will give, you see, will participate in this bet. See, in this bet. You see, yeah.
This home, that's what I feel as if I was on parade.
My dear, poor How absurd you are about that little coat. It must be in the blue closet when we left it hanging around.
You see, it is there. It is there in
My own eyes.
the blue closet. You left it last time. You see, now she will come. She will come to press the electric bell, and Nicola will attempt. Will come. You see?
If you think the obstinacy of your sex can make it count, and Raina doesn't count.
Obstinacy. Pay attention to this word. You think the obstinacy of your sex. What is this? This is, in fact, a man here. We see to a masculine mentality of males. Usually men despise or scorn women. They think that women, you see, are obstinate, are stubborn, and that they insist. Women, you see, according to men, women insist on their faults or mistakes or whatsoever. You see, this is done by George Bernaccio. In fact, George Bernaccio, in just, you see, a dialogue expresses what all men think of women. You see, this is just an idea. This is just an idea. Yeah, let us pay attention to what is going on. Now, you see, they will bring, Nicola will bring
the coat. My Macintosh, you're mistaken. And that's exactly what the blue closet contains at present.
Would you go to the blue closet and fetch your master's old coat? You know, the braided one he wears in the house.
You see, Lady Petkoff asked about, asked Nicola to bring the coat. And Petkoff wants to take off his military vest, we say, and put on his coat, but he doesn't find it in his cupboard. This is why the coat is mentioned here and stressed upon by George Bernaccio in order to prepare for the unveiling the complexities of the plot and action. Hence, the mention of the coat unites the three acts together, and we have already seen how it was given, in fact, to the strange soldier in Act 1 to facilitate his flee from the dangers ahead while the war was on, and he ran, you see, or he wore the coat in disguise. You see, also it is mentioned in Act 2, I say, and it was brought back, you see, in stuffed bag owned by Major Bluntscheli, who himself was the strange soldier. Now, in Act 3, Petkoff is looking for the coat in his old closet, but he couldn't find it. Lady Catherine, you see, laughs at her husband, and she wants to prove to him that he is mistaken, that the coat is there in safe, and she presses the electric bell for Nicola to break. See? Yeah, and this is why now we say Major Petkoff, you see, rises, you see, a bat, a piece of jewelry you like to be ordered from Sofia against a weak housekeeping money. You see, Catherine calls for Nicola to bring that, and Petkoff, you see, bets her that no one would find his coat. It is not in the blue closet, and bets her with any piece of jewelry she likes to order from Sofia together with a weak housekeeping money, and he tries also to drag Bluntscheli's leg to share this bet or gamble. But Bluntscheli, of course, knows the fact that the coat is there, and he has brought it back and mocks at Petkoff, while Sergius bets with a best horse, you see, Arab horse, for Raina, that Nicola would not find the coat in the closet. You see? So, yeah, this is the first section of Act 3, and now we will move. We will move to another section of Act 3.
Done.
Oh, here's an opportunity for some sport. You'll bet on it. Bluntscheli.
Yeah, bet. Can you bet on it? Yeah, give you 6-1. But in fact, Bluntscheli doesn't participate.
Major, I make you my best charger against an Arab mare for
they will rob you.
The coat in the blue closet.
Best of people.
You see, Sergius best. That he will give Arabian myrrh, you see, to Raina. To Raina. See? Now Raina is sitting there in her divan.
Hanging in the blue closet.
You see, it is there in the blue closet. Well, and fascination. Yeah.
Hey, it's beginning. Hello, man. I'm getting loose in this.
Am I hallucinating? Yeah. I was hallucinating? No.
Excuse me. Don't forget, I didn't take that best of yours. But you Steve, Raina, since you were rather to expectations. Hey, Raina?
You know, he changes.
Surely shall not be.
Pay attention. Now he is wearing. You see, he wears. Now he wears his coat. There is, in fact, a surprise waiting Major Petkoff, but he doesn't know, and he is not aware of that surprise. Here we will see that there is a photograph in his pocket. Raina puts a photograph of whom? Of her. Her photograph. Her photograph is in her father's coat, or in the pocket of his father's coat. Why? We will listen. Now we will listen to the dialogue. Now, in fact, we are in, say, a position to see that all the characters will leave. Now, all the characters will leave. You see, why they will leave? Because Bluntscheli asks Sergius to go to talk with certain soldiers. The soldiers now outside, and they run out of discipline. They mutinize, or they rebel, or we don't know in fact what is the case. But we know that they run out of discipline, and they are needed to be controlled. This is why Captain Bluntcheli asked Sergius to go, you see, but he in fact advises him not to be improper, not to insult those soldiers, you see, because Sergius is known to be rude. Sergius is known to be impolite and insulting people, you see. And Bluntcheli also, Captain Bluntcheli, asks Major Petkoff to go to escort him, to go with Sergius, to observe Sergius, to mind Sergius, not to insult those soldiers, you see. Also, Major Petkoff could not, and this is quite ironically, could not go without taking his wife with him. Why? Because he says, I need you. You will influence those soldiers, because when they see you, they will respect you. They will take your orders. You see? Bluntscheli here finds it quite, funny for a Major Petkoff, for a major fighter, Bulgarian officer, to depend upon his wife to keep the soldiers in discipline. This is quite funny. He will tell Raina about this. What kind of army you have here in Bulgaria? You see, you've met cannons of cherry trees, and your majors, your officers usually depend upon their wives to control their soldiers. What kind of army is this? Pay attention to the dialogue.
I shall come up to keep it. Thanks, Vic. Oh, I I feel it over now. That's the last order.
Yeah, that is the last order and finished. Finished, you see?
Sure, I've got nothing for me to sign? Not necessary. This signature will do.
This signature is due, that is, we see now Sergius. In fact, Sergius signed on behalf of Major Petkoff. He says that not necessary, his signature will do, you see? So Bluntcheli is signing documents related to dealing with the prisoners of war on both sides. These are the military documents. And now we see Sergius signing, you see, these documents on behalf of Major Petkoff. You see, Bluntcheli asked Major Petkoff to meet some fighters who have come, you see, but these fighters somehow show, I say, rebellion or undisciplined, and hence he takes his wife with him, you see. Pay attention to the dialogue.
I'm sure I can do nothing more.
Yeah, nothing you can do.
You would better see the fellows.
See the fellows, you see, fellows, see the fellows. He says that it is better to see the fellows, you see, and shows them that I have marked on the orders the time they should hand them, you see, in. You see, now we will see Sergius will go, and then Major Petkoff will go, escorted by his wife.
I've marked on the orders and the shenanigans, right? Tell them that if they stop to drink or tell stories, if they're 5 minutes late, they'll have the skin taken off their backs. I'll say so. But if one of them is man enough to spit in my face for insulting him, I'll buy his discharge and give him a pension. Huh. Just see that he talks to them properly, Major, will you? Quite right.
Yeah, quite right. You see, quite right. You see, now they will go. You see, Petkoff will take his wife. See, Petkoff will take his wife. He says, like, Catherine, you'd better come with me. They will be far more frightened of you than of me. You see, be frightened. You see, this is quite ridiculous. This is why Bluntcheli, Captain Bluntcheli, will tell Raina about how funny the Bulgarian army is this. You see, Major Petkoff takes his wife and he says that, Catherine, you may as well come. They will be far more frightened of you than of me. And Catherine replies, I'll come, but you must splutter at them. Splutter means shout. You have to shout.
I'm more frightened of you than of me.
Yes, I had better. You would only splutter.
Splutter at them. You see, that is, you have to shout at them, then I will give my orders. You see? Now, Bluntcheli criticized. He will criticize the Bulgarian army or Bulgarian authorities who used to make trees, you see, as if they are cannons, that is to deceive people, and at the same time to utilize or to exploit the wives, household wives, you see, in military affairs. And this is quite strange. This is quite strange. You see, it starts to fold and dockets the papers. Pay attention to this. She will leave. Now everybody has left. Raina, together with Captain Bluntcheli, are left together. You see? You see, pay attention to this. What army they met? Cannons out of cherry trees, and the officers sent for their wives to keep discipline. You see, this is criticism. This is a criticism. What kind of army? What an army! Pay attention to this. You see, this is a criticism. In fact, this is a criticism for the army, for the Bulgarian army. The criticism is added to all what we have already said concerning the war and concerning the armies and concerning George Bernard Shaw's points of view concerning the army. You see, so here we have we have this character who could be used or considered as George Bernard Shaw's mouthpiece, you see, or speaker. You see, he is criticizing what an army they met columns of the territories, and the officers sent for their wives to keep discipline. Okay, now this is the first topic. Bluntscheli rises to Raina. You see, now at the beginning, pay attention to her behavior. At the beginning, she praises Captain Bluntcheli. Then she approaches him, see, step by step, gradually, and asks about his safe return. She wants to know, how did he return to his country after he left her bedroom, after he left their house? Was he safe, or if there were dangers ahead? He tells her, or he will tell her, that he was safe, and he reached his country. He washed himself. He changed his clothes. And also he told her that there was no danger, you see, of any Bulgarian troops or soldiers in the streets. Why? Because they themselves were running away. You see, the soldiers themselves were running away at that particular night. At that night, the Bulgarians themselves ran away. Ironically enough, they won the war, you see. So although they ran away, they won the war. Pay attention now to the dialogue. See? She will praise him. Now she will praise. She will praise and flatters him a lot. You see, you are now clean, you are nice, much nicer than we last met. What happens?
What have you done to you?
What have you done to yourself? Wash the brush, good night sleep, and the breakfast.
Did you get back sick? Is that
See?
right?
Yeah. Now she's asking about, you see, that night. How did he, you see?
No, they were glad.
Yeah.
They all spun away themselves.
Just ran away. You see, the Bulgarians ran away themselves. You see? He says that. The Bulgarians, you see, the Bulgarians ran away themselves. You see? Yeah.
You look ever so much nicer than when we last met. What have you done to yourself?
What have you done to
Wash,
yourself?
brush, good night, eat, breakfast, that's all.
That's all?
Did you get back safely that morning?
Yes.
Quite, thanks.
Yeah, quite thanks.
I'm angry at you for running
They're
away
angry
from
at you running away from, yeah.
No, they were glad.
No, you see, because they all just ran away, see? Yeah, this is the idea. So this is why he was safe. I must have.
Capital story. But have you told tomorrow a particular friend?
Now she tells him about how his story, how his being here hidden in her bedroom. You see, this episode is infiltrated, that is, or comes to her father and her fiancé. She is asking, how did this story, this secret story that nobody knew about it, how did it reach the ears of her father, earshot of her father and her Sergius? He tells her this story, that he narrated this story of his hiding place, you see, in a Bulgarian lady's bedroom to one of his closest friends. But unfortunately, that friend talked much, and he told many people till it reaches, the story reaches her father's earshot and Sergius's earshots again. You see, now she will in fact move the dialogue a little bit. She considers that this is a lie, and she doesn't want Captain Bluntcheli to tell anybody about himself and about his hiding place, because so far her father and her fiancé Sergius do not know that they are talking about her and about Lady Petkoff, that they are talking about themselves, about their family. They don't know. But and she warns the Captain Bluntcheli that if they know, if her fiancé knows this story, that Captain Bluntcheli, was hiding in her bedroom, he will kill him in a duel. This is why she is warning Captain Bluntcheli not to tell her father, not to tell her fiancé, you see, about that hiding, his hiding place at that night. You see, yeah. But she again, she considered it a lie, and this is a lie number one. And then she will count for us. She will tell that this was a lie she committed in the past, and again she will keep this story, you see, as a secret, and this is another lie. This means that in Act 1 we see Raina, and we listen to Raina lying to the Russian officers who came searching for this strange soldier. You see, at that particular night, she lied to the officers. This is the first lie, you see. And now she is telling Captain Bluntcheli not to tell, you see, anybody, and this is another lie, you see. Also, there is another lie, that she doesn't know to cook, and she talks to her father that she is give, or she is in her way to give or to make ice pudding and give to their guest, who is Captain Bluntcheli, and this is another lie, you see. So she is talking about lies, see, about lies.
At whose discretion you could absolutely rely.
Absolutely.
You told us all to my father and Sergius the day you exchanged.
No, you don't mean
I
that.
do indeed, but they don't know it was in this house. You took refuge.
You see, they don't know.
They
They don't know that you take refuge in this house.
That's me. Then don't tell them.
Oh, please be serious, Captain Bluntcheli. Can you not realize what it is to me to see them? Oh, she's quite perfect with Sergius.
You see, she doesn't want to deceive her father and her fiancé. See, pay attention to this. She wants, or she says that she doesn't want to deceive her fiancé, and she, in fact, she says that she wants to be perfect. She wants to be perfect with her fiancé. She doesn't want to deceive anybody. See, and she wants no meanness, no small, no deceit. Okay, and she said again, my relation to him is the one really beautiful and noble part of life. You see, this is in fact quite strange. What does this mean? This means that she so far, pay attention to this. She so far is in love with her fiancé. My relation to him is the one really beautiful and noble. You see, and she wants, in fact, this is the perfect. She says that the perfect side of her character, and she wants to be a perfect woman. She wants to be perfect woman. This is why she refuses to lie or to commit another lie for the sake of this captain. You see?
No. Was I present?
Yes, when I told the officer that was searching for you that you were not present.
This is the first lie.
It is natural that you should forget it first. It cost you nothing. It cost me
Yeah,
a lie.
it costs you nothing, but it costs me.
A
It
lie.
costs me a lie. You see? Yeah.
My dear young lady, don't let this work.
Again, let us listen it to again, you see, and you will be satisfied, in fact, that she behaves, or she tries to behave perfectly.
No, was I present?
Yes, when I told the officer that was searching for you that you were not present. Different way.
Perfect way.
Do you not realize what it is to me to deceive him? I want to be quite perfect with Sergius. No smallness, no meanness, no...
See, I want to be perfect with Sergius. What does this mean? This means that so far she is in love with her Sergius, with her fiancé. So, in Act 1, when she saves the life of this strange soldier, in fact, she feels sympathy with him. She doesn't love this strange soldier because she doesn't know him, and she loves her fiancé. And again, in Act 2, we see her, in fact, in love. Although she lies here and there, you see, and although Sergius in fact dallies or flirts with Luca, but now this proves that she is still in Act 3. We are now in Act 3, and in the middle of Act 3, and we listen to her dialogue, to her own words, that she wants to be a perfect woman, and she means no deceit, no meanness, no smallness. This is what she says, you see. And at the same time, she is reminding Captain Bluntcheli of what she had committed earlier. You see, she says that it is a lie, and it doesn't cost you, but it costs me something. It costs me a lie, you see. And then the talk about lying will bring another topic, that is gratitude. That is her feeling of gratitude, and then she will ask Captain Bluntcheli about gratitude, or if he is grateful, or does he feel grateful to somebody if somebody does him something. Does he pay or show his gratitude for that? You see, in fact, she means something. She tries to pull his leg to another idea. That is, if he says he is grateful to others, then she will ask him, then why don't you talk about my picture, my photo? Then he will ask her, what photo? Then she will confess that she put her in the past she put her photo in her father's coat in order to see it. That is, in order or so that Captain Bluntcheli will see her photo, you see, in the coat or inside the coat, inside. But unfortunately, Captain Bluntcheli didn't see her photo, and he returns back the coat, you see, while her photo is still in the pocket, you see. So the father, in fact, if it goes, you see, as it is planned, you see, of course the father will see the photo, and then he will be shocked, or then he will ask, what brings Raina's photo to his coat, you see. So now we will listen, in fact, to Raina's tricks or plan to pull Captain Bluntcheli's leg to confess that he is not grateful as he seems. You see? Yeah, he is just talk
My
and
relationship
talk.
with him is the one really beautiful and noble part of my life. I don't understand that.
You see, my relation to him is the only really beautiful and noble part of my
Oh,
life.
don't talk of it in that kind of way. I lied.
I lied.
I know it. But I did it to save your life. He would have killed you. That was the second time I ever uttered a falsehood.
Yeah, this is the second time I lie.
That time.
Remember the first time?
No, was I present?
Was I present?
Officer that was searching for you, that you were not present.
True. I should have.
You see, I should remember that.
Natural that you should forget it first. It cost you nothing. It cost me a lie.
She lied to the officer that night. And now then she commits another lie, that is, I
Remember, I'm a soldier.
I'm a
Now,
soldier.
the two things that happen to a soldier so often, we can't say nothing of them. One is hearing people tell lies. The other is getting his life saved in all sorts of ways by all sorts of people.
And so you become the creature incapable of faith and gratitude.
You like gratitude. I don't. Pity is akin to love, and gratitude is akin to the other thing.
Gratitude? If you are incapable of gratitude, you are incapable of any noble sentiment.
You see, she says that if you are incapable of showing gratitude, then you will not show any kind of sentiment. You see, she wants to say that if you are ungrateful, then you don't love anybody, because gratitude is related to feelings, emotions, or to somebody's moralities. You see, to somebody's ethics. That is, if you show, or if you don't show gratitude to anybody, then you are a man without ethics, without moralities. That is, without morals. You see, without morals. You see, this is her aim. You see, but of course he will defend himself, and then the dialogue will move to another thing. He tries to persuade her, you see, in his own point of view, and dealing with her rather politely, you see. And of course, his manners, his behaviors will influence her, and she will come to his side, and in this way she will love him. You see, gradually she will be influenced by his etiquette, by his behaviors, by his fine words. Pay attention now to the dialogue. How she drags him to talk about, you see, gratitude. You see, and then she will remind him of the photo of her photo in her father's coat.
Oh, I see now exactly what you think of me. You were not surprised to hear me lie, to you it was probably something I did every day, every hour. That is how men think of women.
There's reason in everything. You said you'd only told 2 lies in your whole life. Isn't that rather a short allowance? I'm quite a straightforward man myself, but it wouldn't last me a whole morning.
Do you know, sir, that you are insulting me?
I can't help it. When you strike that noble attitude and speak in that thrilling voice, I admire you. But I find it impossible to believe a single word you say.
Captain Bluntscheli.
Yes?
Do you?
You see, now, you see, she is talking about if he takes her seriously or if he is not. You see, then he tells her, no, I take you very seriously, especially with your thrilling voice and your noble attitude. You see, this will make us discover that she uses her thrilling voice and noble attitude, in fact, to affect her family. This is what she says, that she deceives her father with the voice, she deceives her fiancé with her voice, she deceives her mother with her voice, with her thrilling voice, and with her attitude, the noble attitude. That is, she is aware. This means that she is aware of everything. She is clever when she raises her voice, when she seems dreaming, when she seems to be unaware of her surroundings. She knows what she does, and she is quite, in fact, cunning. She is cunningly behaving. That is, she is. I don't want to say that she deceives everybody or she behaves like a fox, but she means that. She says that I use my thrilling voice, you see, and deceive others. See?
I do.
I.
Yeah. Pay attention. Thrilling voice and noble.
Find me out.
Yeah.
Instinct, dear young lady.
Dear lady, you see?
And experience of the world.
Yeah.
The first man I ever met, you didn't take me seriously.
You mean, don't you, that I'm the first man?
The first man I take you seriously.
Yes. I suppose I do mean that.
Yeah, I suppose I mean that.
How strange is it that you talk to in such a way? You know, I've always gone on like that.
You mean the
noble attitude. You see, she is talking about noble. This is noble attitude and thrilling voice, and she uses this. She employs or utilizes these two facts, you see, on purpose. The two facts that are innate in her character, in her personality. She uses them to affect other people, you see. She says that I use that since I was tiny child to my nurse, you see. Pay attention to this.
She was a tiny child, so to my nurse. She believed in it.
She believed in it.
I did it before my parents.
My parents, and they believe in it.
I did it
before Sergius and believe in it.
Yes,
that is, she
and that
uses
line itself, isn't it?
her voice, yeah.
Do you think so?
She plays with her voice. See?
What is he?
See?
I thought that. Oh, well, what's the matter? I suppose now you found me out. You despise me.
No. My dear young lady.
No, you don't despise her.
Charm.
Yeah. Part of your charm. This is part of your charm.
Sergius, I'm your infatuated admirer.
Now this is confession. Now he confesses that he is infatuated. You see, with her, her beauty, her instinct, you see, are charming, and he is infatuated by her accent, by her language, by her voice, by her instinct, by her experience. Everything about her is infatuating, charming, fascinating. You see, this is confession. This is confession of love. You see, of course, on her part, she will confess, or she will moved by his words, and she will be changed, and again she will admit that she loves her.
Really interesting.
What do you think of this? You my portrait?
My portrait. Really? You see, now this is quite shock. Your portrait. What's your portrait? Of course, even we, as audiences, as readers, we don't know that she had put her photo in her pocket, in her father's coat. You see, we don't know that. We don't know that. This is why he is astonished. Your portrait? You never gave me your portrait. You see? Yeah. Now we have another story. You see? Another story. The story of a hiding man. You see? A hiding soldier in her bedroom. And now we have another story of a coat. And now we have another story that is her portrait in her father's pocket. You see, in the coats. You see, this is quite, in fact, done by George Bernard Shaw. It is an element of suspense. It is another element of suspense. It is revealing other items of this astonishing, marvelous plot, you see, as it is added to the complexities of the plot. So the plot now is complicated, is rather, you see, complex. You see, with the course of time, we discover a lot of things. Yeah, let us pay attention to the portrait and to the future.
You mean to say you never got it?
You mean to say you never got it? When did you send it to me?
I did not send it to you.
I don't send it to you.
That coat.
In the post, in the pocket.
Must be there still.
Still, for my father to find the first time he put his hand in his pocket. Oh, he was astonished.
Well, it doesn't matter. I suppose it's only a photograph.
See,
How can you tell?
this is, you see? They are talking about the coat. They are talking about the coat.
Ah, I see. You wrote something on it.
Yeah. Have you written something? Have you written something
for you, who get them more such a love.
Yeah. Have you written something on the coat? On your picture?
Well, I can't be quite sure. I couldn't carry it about with me all the time. One can't take much luggage on active service.
So what did you do with it?
When I got through to Pyros, I had to put it in safekeeping somehow. I thought of the railway cloak. That's the surest place to get looted in modern warfare. So, I found it. I know it doesn't sound very nice, but